Oh my goodness. I talked to Scott about this today, earlier today.
Now to the shocking video from New Mexico showing police officers disarming 2 young boys.
Go ahead and put it down for me, okay?
You're not in trouble, but you have to drop that and come talk to us, all right?
Authorities say this video shows the standoff between New Mexico sheriff's deputies and 2 young boys.
Just put it down, babe.
In February, police were called to an Albuquerque home where investigators say they found the 7- and 9-year-old boys brandishing a loaded gun.
He does have his finger on the trigger right now.
Hey!
Put it down! Don't do that!
The officers say one of the boys tried to pull the trigger multiple times, but the gun malfunctioned. Police fired a non-lethal round in their direction,
Drop it!
causing the boy to point the gun towards deputies.
Wow.
Moments later, officers rush in and wrestle the gun away. Authorities say state laws prohibited them from arresting the children or removing them from their mother's custody. They say the boy's father, who is currently in jail, owns the gun and could face charges. It comes as officials are concerned over a rise in guns at schools in the area. Albuquerque Public Schools report 13 guns have been confiscated from school grounds this school year so far. Police say they've been called to that home more than 50 times, adding that the boys have a documented history of family trauma.
Okay.
Welcome to the Daily Show. We got one for you today.
Right.
My name is John Stewart. What a program.
Steve, what's up? What's the latest on that one?
Well, I watched an interview with the sheriff of that county, and he was very, very, very upset with the state legislature because they have not revised and updated their juvenile laws in years, and he's powerless. He said he's powerless to deal with this. They've been to the house like 56 times.
In California, those kids would already be under CPS protection.
Correct.
Yeah.
But they do not have that authority in New Mexico, and the state legislature has sitting on their hands, have not updated their juvenile laws, and he says he's just powerless to deal with these kids and his deputies. And they can't be prosecuted. They can't be taken away. It's just he goes it's a problem on a state level.
So the way the kids were acting, I don't know, they thought people were playing around, or they maybe in some way did they think it was real, and that makes you worried about what they're going to be like when they're teenagers in a few years and down the road. This continues,
Yeah, and who knows? The father's in jail, and the mother, who knows what the home situation is like. But to be called to the house 50 times, for the police to be called 50 something times to this whole on 7- and 9-year-olds, oh my God, what's going to happen when they get older? And what are they being taught? I've been to houses when I was working where some parents hated the police, and they would teach their kids to hate the police. I'm not saying that that's the case here, but who knows what these little boys are learning.
I remember being at a house on the east side of San Jose, a bunch of Raiders fans, and they were teaching their kids that stuff.
Yeah. What are these little boys learning?
Did you watch a story about the father of the Palm Springs bombing suspect yesterday? The father came on the news. His son
I did not. I saw the headline. I did not watch the interview.
So they interviewed the father, and what he was saying is like he hasn't talked to his son in 10 years. And obviously, he was the one that died in the explosion. But he said 10 years ago, when his mom and him got a divorce, the mom always kind of sheltered the kid. But even back then, the kid was always starting fires. He burnt the house down, constantly causing problems. And then when they split up, he kind of lost contact with his son. And then now here is 10 years later, he's evolved. Like it's an anti-life movement, which I didn't even know existed. They just don't want life at all.
Yes. They think there's too many people. There's too many people on the planet.
It sounds like the Rainbow Six plot. If you remember the original Rainbow Six book that came out in the 90s.
Yeah.
Wow. So, interesting. Yeah. But the dad was like, he was crying. He goes, my son, but he goes, yeah, I remember back then 10 years ago, when he was 15, he was just constantly getting in trouble like that, you know. So
Oh yeah, I've been talked to parents where, you know, we caught the son in on camera doing something, you know, and you know, just picking on the whole neighborhood picks on my son, you know, everybody picks on my son, you know,
yeah.
and you're just not going to convince her any different.
Yeah. So, hey, Tony, I don't know if you're talking about, I think you're talking about the Saab, the towing vehicle, but Tony says he tagged us on Instagram. We'll let Scott know. Scott's in, where's Scott? In Italy, Croatia? Where the hell is he at?
He's in Italy right now.
He's Italy. Yeah. So he'll